Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Gold nears a 10-year high, and silver edges closer to $19 an ounce. Let's explore. That's right, the bulls are in effect as we look at this article here from Kitco. Jim Wyckoff here. Gold prices are up in midday U.S. trading Wednesday and have scored another 9-year high of $1,829.80 in the September futures. Meanwhile, silver prices notched a 10-month high as the precious metal bulls are pressing the accelerator hard. Both markets remain strongly bullish from a charts perspective, suggesting still more upside in the near term. August gold futures were last up $13 an ounce at $1,822.80. September COMEX silver prices were last up 46 cents at $19.17 an ounce. Let's take a look at what the prices are right now. They are, as we speak right now, up. It's amazing to see. Silver's really performed, the biggest performer of the day, which is not unusual. Still has some room to go, but it's at $18.83 for the ask price, and gold is hovering there around $1,810.30. Man, comfortably above that $1,800 level. $1,818. There you go. Very interesting indeed. Safe haven demand is also seen in gold and silver amid the rise of COVID-19 infections and on worries about the longer-term ramifications of central banks opening up and their spigots of free-flowing cash into their financial systems. Gold bulls are reckoning the piper and will be paid on some point down the road. Global stock markets were mixed in overnight trading. China's stock market continues to surge following a government-owned media story telling Chinese investors it's time to buy shares. The U.S. stock indexes are slightly up at midday. Many global stock markets have paused at midweek following recent rallies. It could be the alarming rise of COVID-19 cases in some countries, including the U.S.'s finally dented trader investor peak appetite. The U.S. reported daily record of 60,000 new COVID cases on Tuesday. Now keep in mind, I'm reading the news essentially, and I know we don't always believe everything they tell us, and we should question our news media, especially these days with what's out there, because there's always conflicting reports. But make no mistake, the markets react to whatever news is out there, whether it's justified or not, and that's the reality of the situation and where the markets move in those cases. So people talk about manipulation in the markets. Well, the media are probably one of the biggest factors, I would guess, in manipulation on some level, for sure. In other news, President Trump is now pressuring U.S. state governors to open public schools in the fall in an effort to further reopen the U.S. economy. And we also have the news of the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Trade Agreement, USMC, in effect now. That should help things, we're hoping. The important outside markets today see NYMEX crude oil prices up and trading at around $41 a barrel. Keep in mind, it wasn't that long ago where it was negative $39. Pretty amazing turnaround, I would say. The U.S. dollar index is lower at midday today. The yield on the benchmark U.S. Treasury 10-year note is currently at around 0.67% level. Technically, August gold future prices were nearer the session high on midday. The bulls had the strong overall near-term technical advantage to suggest still more upside in the near term. Prices are in a 4-week-old uptrend on the daily bar chart. Gold bulls' next upside near-term price objective is to produce a close above technical resistance at $1,850. Bears' next term downside price objective is pushing prices below solid technical support at $1,754. Yes, indeed. Imagine if it was $1,754 again. It wasn't that long ago where it was. First resistance is seen at today's high of $1,829.80, and then at 1840. Man, that's getting closer and closer to that record level. First support is seen at today's low of $1803.30, and then at $1,800. Yes, indeed. And then we've got silver. September silver futures were also near the session high at midday today. The silver bulls have the solid overall near-term technical advantage and gained more power today. Prices are in a 4-month-old uptrend on the daily bar chart. Silver Bull's next upside price objective is closing prices above solid technical resistance at the 2019 high of $19.54. The next downside price objective for the bears is closing prices below solid support of $18. So there it is. We finally have solid support at 18. I remember it was we were struggling to get there, and it would pull back into the 17s. But now we have that solid support, so that's definitely good news. First resistance is seen at today's high of $19.21, and then at $19.50. Next support is seen at today's low of $18.59, and then at this week's low of $18.22. And then we see that copper prices and platinum and palladium prices, they're everything's up except for palladium. Rhodium's flat, but platinum is up $856. But look at that. It's pretty amazing. What I think is fascinating, somebody asked me the other day, do you think would it surprise you if gold went above palladium? No, it would not at this point. Palladium's just been kind of hovering there, and they're getting closer and closer. In fact, now you're seeing gold there at 1810. It's $100 and some odd short of palladium. And very well could overtake. My predictions still stand for the end of the year at gold over 2,000 and silver over 20. Now, could be wrong on those. Very well could be wrong. I don't take my predictions seriously. I don't base it off of really anything other than what generally has been going on in the market in the world. And I think we're in for some times. Now, hopefully with USMCA in effect now, that will stave off some of this, and hopefully we'll see some economic recovery. But I think there's other factors that could essentially lead us to the point of no return for some economic conditions. That is a reality we have to face. That could potentially be the case, and we'll find out how we deal with those. We have a lot of things that are coming down the pike in the next couple of months, including the election and the quote vaccine. Now, I say vaccine, I really mean like a flu shot, something that's going to be somewhat effective. They're on the fast track with some of these overlapping phases of trials, which may or may not be beneficial. And you have to be careful with something that's rushed out there. And worry about side effects and that type of thing, and effectiveness as well, that can occur with these things. We'll see how it all plays out. Nonetheless, it's something to consider, and the markets continue to press on, and we will see what happens with the stock market, with spending. There's another issue. Are we going to have another round of what's known as relief, not stimulus, but relief, with other things closing down, especially in Florida, Texas, and California. And, we're not out of the woods yet, for sure. And how we adapt to this virus, it's pretty amazing. Everywhere you go, you're finding barriers and shields and masks and the like. How will this play out, as we become more used to this? Somebody mentioned, too, about the fear factor. There's the fear of missing out, and there's the fear generally over and all of getting the disease. I know I don't want to get it. I'm going to try to avoid it if I can. But once you learn to live with that fear, things normalize, which means that more than likely you can go back to that new normal. And that new normal is part of what I've been trying to talk about and discuss with regards to the ratio of gold to silver. We may have to get to the point where we have to look at a new reality with the ratio. But also it could narrow down and could squeeze back to what's considered the prior normal. We'll see what happens. But I think as gold edges closer to that record level again, we're seeing silver climb up with it. And if today's measure is any indication of the future, if this continues to happen, we may see that ratio narrow even more. But there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video. And I want to encourage you to please post your thoughts below. So in the comment, to gently, very gently, with the utmost caution and carefulness, to caress that like button, and to also share this whole video out to all your friends, and comment and subscribe.